Hey everybody, welcome back. Friday night and it's video time. Um, Another update on Tessie, my 56 Chevy station wagon. I was playing with the rear end all night tonight. That's right. Tessie is getting her rear end played with tonight and doing some welding on it. And everything's looking good. I've only been on here for a couple hours, a few hours maybe, so not a whole lot of progress. Never done one of these rear ends before. What a pain in the butt. Setting pinion angle. I got everything leveled, and I got myself a, I can show you, Harbor Freight. Gotta love Harbor Freight. Where is my Harbor Freight pinion angle gauge? Where'd that go? I probably should have had that ready before the video, before I start talking about it. It'll pop up. Anyways, got a pinion angle gauge from Harbor Freight for like $5. It's magnetic, works perfect. Plop it on the pinion and set your angle and done deal, you know. So, but talk about like, what a pain, you know, wheels on, wheels off, wheels on, wheels off, set it, check it, measure it, wheels on, wheels off. And maybe I was a little bit anal about it. But I don't want to do this twice because I didn't like cutting the purchase off the original rear end. I sure the hell don't want to do it to a pair of purchases I paid for. And where in the hell is that gauge? Well, anyways, you know what I'm talking about. Here, I'll just show you what's going on here. I got it up on stands now, and of course I had it all together. Wheels on the ground. Pinion angle set at approximately 3-4 degrees in that area. Tacked everything. Cut my U-bolts because they're like 1.5 miles long. And then took everything apart, rolled the axle over. So now I can actually look down on the welds and I can weld them in really well. Paint them, you know, epoxy them again. Roll it back together. Put it back together. And this rear differential just needs fluid and brakes, and then we're good. So Tessie's rear end is looking nice tonight, huh? What do you think, guys? A nice rear end in Tessie? Sounds like I'm probably going to just do original drum brakes for this 10 bolt. It's like $185 for a kit that includes shoes, wheel cylinders, hardware kit. I think that might even include a set of drums, but not positive. So for $185, I can't put disc on for that. So we'll do drums when I get that far. But that's the rear end. I did finally get my pitman arm, and that I'll do after this project is done. But I should be able to finish up the steering because I have the pitman arm and the center link rebuild kit. So I should be able to finish that maybe this weekend. I want to finish this rear end this weekend and get that done, and figure out for sure what I got to have for a drive shaft. I think I'm going to have that one shortened about 2 inches, I believe. But I am going to go with this yoke. I'll show you here what's going on. Okay, see where it is? Okay, that mark on there is 1.5 inches in from the end here. And you can see where that shaft is. I mean, there's plenty of engagement there. I don't really see why that's going to be a problem. If you look at that, that thing is never going to travel that far. So I'll have straps on this end, straps on that end. It'll be easy breezy. Get the length on the drive shaft and go spend $100 on the drive shaft, I guess. So yeah, that's pretty much an update. I did buy an electric cutoff wheel from Harbor Freight for $20. It works, but if you really work it, it kicks the little mini breaker inside of it, and you got to keep hitting the reset switch. Don't waste your $20. But I was trying to buy more electric tools, to kind of save on The compressor running all the time for doing little things like this. That's all I needed air for tonight, really, or would have needed air for. So yeah, little welder works good. Pulled it out of the corner. Got her tacked good. Reached in as far as I could with the nozzle and got from the inside. Tomorrow do the 4 welds. Done. Clean them up a little bit. Feather edge where my grinder marks, and I'm going to blow a little epoxy on there, touch up a couple other spots on the frame. And then we are one step closer to being a roller, complete roller. Again, I'm not doing the plumbing until the body is on, because I don't know for sure yet what I'm doing with exhaust and fuel tank and fuel lines. So that can wait, I think. I mean, I don't see why that's... People plumb cars with bodies on the frames all the time, so it shouldn't really be a big deal. I'll also mess with my air cleaner tomorrow, get that leveled. I'll get that tacked, so that can be finished and painted when I do the rest of my priming. Maybe, we'll see. And I did add a couple new things to the... Sorry if my camera angle's bad, guys. I added a couple new things to the shop tonight. And if you remember me telling you about Iola car show last year, I do have a couple actually 3 this year, of 3 swap stalls this year. But there was an artist there, a pencil artist. If any of you guys were there, this pencil artist is set up behind the food stand. I'm trying to think which food stand, but it's by one of the flush toilet buildings, very close to my swap area. And he does pencil drawings, customizes them, and does just a phenomenal job. I don't know where the guy's from. He sounds like he's like got a New Zealand accent or Australian or something, but him and his lady there were just hilarious and great to hang out with. And but anyways, I bought myself and my father-in-law one of these pencil drawings, and it's really cool. I'm gonna show you here. Hope you can see this. Check that out, guys. And my wife got me just, a used frame from Goodwill. It's all 56s. Look at the sign. Look at that. Ain't that cool? All 56s. 56 2-door hardtop. 56 2-door Bel Air. 56 4-door hardtop. And look at, there's Tessie. Just waiting for me. There's Tessie. That's a 210 wagon. It's a 210 sedan. A Bel Air, I don't know, sport coupe or whatever you maybe call it. That must be like a 150 or 210 or something also. So that's cool. That's really cool. And then me and my dad and my father-in-law all share car magazines, so we're not all buying the same subscriptions all the time. So I get some, they get some, we share them, we rotate them, and we never throw them away, just because sometimes there's good ideas in there. For you guys who get Hot Rod, yeah, I think it's Hot Rod and maybe Street Rodder, Hagerty Car Insurance has really awesome ads in there, or really neat, just cool stuff. So I framed one of them, and I'm sure you guys have seen this one, but I framed one. It's pretty cool. If I can kind of zoom in on that, but it really kind of sums up the hobby in my eyes. They do have one other one that has the same picture, but it's a different wording, different saying on there, and it also strikes a chord with me too. The moral of this thing is, that car guy sees potential in every pile of junk you walk past or come across, or that's how we are. And it's not just about cars. It can be about anything. We're car guys. We can do anything. And that's, I think, the strength of a car guy is, there really doesn't seem to be anything too daunting. Even if we don't know how to do it, we'll do it anyways. And my boss actually has a saying that he'll tell me once in a while. He'll say, do something, even if it's wrong. Just do something. So that's kind of cool, But the moral that thing is that life is better than a classic. And it is. And I can't wait to be cruising around in Tessie with my dad, and sharing that experience with him and everything that he shared with me growing up, and how many times, I wish we had a Camaro, but all the times that we were under the hood together and under cars together, and all the things that he showed me. This Haggerty, they nailed it. I mean, they totally nailed that ad. So I thought that was frame worthy for the shop, and I'm gonna frame the other one as soon as I get one, put it up as well. But just some new additions to the shop, kind of freshen things up a little bit. The weather here has been beautiful. It was 67 degrees today and sunshine. It was gorgeous. It's not going to last, so I'm going to enjoy it as long as possible. Get the kids outside tomorrow and play with them in the yard a little bit, and I can work out here at night when they're in bed, which they are right now. So I'm going to go get my wheels and tires tomorrow off that van. I ended up not actually buying the van. When I did my video last time, I hadn't actually paid for the van yet, but it was a done deal. I was talking to my boss, who I bought it from, and he's like, "What are you doing with that thing? What do you want it for?" And I said I bought it just for the tires, and whatever. And he's like, "Well, what about the rest of it?" And I said, "Well, I'm gonna junk it. I'm gonna part it out, whatever." And he's like, "Why don't you just sell the rest of it to salvage?" He says, "I'll give you the tires and the wheels." He says, "Take what you want off of it and just junk it. That money goes to the company, but you can have what you want off of it." Yeah, best boss ever. And he is a fantastic boss. I consider him more of a friend actually than a boss most days. So he gave me the set of tires that I need for Tessie, and I'm going to take a couple other things off it too, just for Iola. That's not going to affect scrap value. Scrap is really low right now. That whole van is worth $150. That's it. So it's gone. It will be gone. I'm taking the wheels off tomorrow. And speaking of wheels, question for you guys. As I'm looking at this set of wheels that I bought, I'm looking at that going, well, I know these wheels have a large hole for the valve stem. I figured out through the wonderful internet that these tires did come with tubes in them. That's why the valve stem hole is bigger than a standard hole. Now here's the conundrum. I can get a valve stem that's oversized and use a tubeless tire on here, obviously, but these are riveted wheels. Rivets. For you guys out there who are familiar or who have had these kind of wheels before, am I going to have a leak problem if I run a tubeless tire on here? Or when these are blasted, before I paint them, do I take and seal all those with windshield urethane or silicone or whatever before I pop the wheels on these things, or the tires on? Because I sure as hell don't want to have leaky tires. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. I hate airing up tires all the time. So, question A, do you think these will leak because they're riveted? And then the second part of that is, can I run an inner tube, or should I run an inner tube? And if I am going to use an inner tube, is there a special inner tube for a radial tire? That's a lot of questions, guys, but like I said, I don't want to have to be messing around and stopping at gas stations and putting air in tires all the time, but I want to use these wheels. Had I done my research a little bit more before I bought them, I maybe would have gotten, maybe an early 60s wheel that was not riveted. But I got them, I paid for them. I'm not going to try and sell them because I probably won't get out of them what I paid for them. And I want to get paint on something, and these are the first thing that's going to get green. My initial gut feeling tells me to just, for precaution's sake, just run a little bit of, just run a little bit of caulking, or smear some windshield urethane or some kind of silicone on these, They don't look like it would be a problem, but I don't want to take the chance, honestly. So I probably will just go ahead and do that. But if you guys chime in and are like, no, God, no, don't do that, let me know. I mean, this is something that's going to happen overnight anyways. But you can see that's a pretty big valve stem hole. And like I said, I can get valve stems that big. That's not the problem. The problem is, are they going to leak? And if they are, what kind of tube do I run with a radial tire? Then I'm done. So there's some food for thought for the weekend for you guys. This video actually won't be posted till Monday anyhow. But yeah. So, but I'm pretty excited about this. I think it's gonna be awesome. I like that I bought these. I was looking and looking and looking all over the place for either some original like chrome reverse or some smoothies, or some vintage wheels, some vintage mag wheels, early 60s, something like, you know, a daisy, or maybe even like a slot or a chrome slot would have been the bomb diggity. But for what's out there, people wanted too much money and they didn't have complete sets, and you know how Craigslist is, guys, you know. So when I came across these at an indoor swap meet, they're already off, no rubber, nothing to dispose of, they're clean, they're not bent up, very minimal rust on the inside. This one is probably the worst of them all. For 80 bucks, he wanted 100, I gave him 80. I couldn't pass that up. I should find one more for a spare, because I'm not a believer in running around without a spare, even though I've never in my life had a flat tire, but now I probably will tomorrow. So blah 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 blah, you know, kind of just been talking a lot, but I'm happy with what direction this is all going here. I mean, that's kind of my booger tack weld, but it ain't going anywhere. And now I can get in here really nice and do the same thing and actually see it and look at it, not be welding upside down and in the dark. And all I gotta do is just take care of that, clean it up a little bit, flip this thing back over and get it on the center bolts, and done. And I got this thing measured side to side within a 1/4 inch side to side. I don't think you can do any better than that. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm real happy with that. So yeah, I probably should get going and get in the house and stuff. This pulley deal, I looked at, there's a part number on that pulley, and I cannot find that part number anywhere on the internet. It doesn't exist. It's not a part number. I don't know what the hell it is, but I think I got hosed on that pulley. I don't know what it is, so I can't really sell it, 'cause I don't know what it is. One of my subscribers, I think it's, and I'm gonna butcher this, Youth Truck 1966, I think. He's a Tri-5 guy, the way it sounds, and kind of just a car guy in general, like the rest of us. He seems to believe that that is not actually a small block pulley at all. He may be right. He believes this is the right pulley on top. I cannot find anywhere in my parts catalog where they list a water pump pulley that is different, 6-cylinder, 8-cylinder. They're either single groove, double groove, short water pump, long water pump. So I think I'm okay with that one. Someone had put that on a long water pump once, that's why the holes are ground out, but I don't care, that's not going to bother me. So again, blah 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 blah. But I'm excited. Can you tell? You know, lots going on, and look at that beautiful, beautiful engine. Man, I gotta put oil in that thing and maybe turn it over a little bit here and there. I don't have fluids in anything right now. Everything's dry. So I might, even if I feel really ambitious in the next week or two, just take the starter and crank this thing over a little bit. I'm not gonna put fuel or nothing in it, but just to crank her over a little bit. If that's a good idea or not, I don't know, but nobody ever said my ideas were good. Oh, question. Another one. Okay, so this is a 1980 engine. Okay, I'm assuming this is an oil pressure sender. I think that's a water temp. So then what the hell is this one that's busted off? Is that another water temp? Because I'd rather run it there and just plug that one, because I don't have another wire by the exhaust. I don't understand what that is. Being a somewhat newer engine, did they have two locations? They have two locations for water temp? Because that ain't oil pressure. That's, the one in the back is oil pressure. So help me out with that too, please, if you can. Like I said, guys, I am not a mechanic, but I am learning a ton here, and I think that's the whole point of this hobby is, if you can't pay someone to do it yourself. And even if you can pay someone to do it yourself, or at least try it. Like I said, do something, even if it's wrong. Just do something. So, that Tessie's showing me her rear end right now. Looks weird like that. So yeah, I'm gonna finish my beer and shut her down for the night. I don't know if I'll get out here tomorrow, but if I do, it'll be in the evening. And get this differential buttoned up. That'd be sweet. Yeah, that'd be really nice to be able to get that done. I would really be happy with that. So, one step closer. I crossed a couple things off on here. Install water pump, thermostat housing installed. That I can finish crossing off. I actually did a double on that one, but no big deal. Yeah, alright. Okay, well, I'm going to get out of here. So you guys have a great weekend. Hope you had a great weekend, I should say, because this is going to be on Monday anyway. So hope you had a great weekend. Hope you're having a great week. And I'll catch up with you next time. Thanks for coming along with me on this. I gotta say, out of all the projects that I have done in my life, this one has been the most challenging and the most that I've actually been involved with it. To me it seems like when I get done with this chassis, as far as I can take it, I almost feel like the body's going to be the easy part for me, because I've always done just paint and body, little tinkering here and there, tune-ups and brakes and whatever, but I really am excited to get at the body. It's getting pretty close to time to nail down a color so I can get the wheels done. So if you look at the beautiful Tessie as she waits for me patiently, hanging in the rotisserie. There's a really good chance that this will start seeing body work here in the next couple months. So I'm really hoping to see it on the frame here. I would say I'm going to set a goal and say by my birthday, the end of June, I want this thing on the frame. Underside painted, firewall painted, dash, maybe even the dash painted. And the inside, I'm gonna truck bed liner spray. I might even do the bottom in that, but that's the goal. I'm saying it out loud. It's on the internet, so it's gonna be out there forever. June 30th, this thing on the frame. The body on the frame. Underside done, firewall done. Okay? Let's go. That's a goal. If you don't set a goal, you don't know when you got it, when you win, right? If you don't set a goal, you don't know when you've won. Alright, I'm shutting up now. Purdy.